Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Franco with Trading Futures Live. Welcome back to another trading session live stream. We're excited. We have the NFP report and unemployment report out early at 8:30. Let's see how the markets behave today. Is very bullish right now. I would say NQ is about 0.8% above. Now there are certain things that I want to point out here. We do have Apple in supply, same supply that were a couple days ago. We do have the VIX going down. I want to see the VIX. The VIX chart. Where is it? There we go. VIX chart looks like it wants to keep dropping, but let's see how it goes after the market opens. And the dollar is the first one that I want to pay attention to. The dollar dropped immediately after the report came out, but we hit some breakout and retest type of setup that I want to follow up with it the entire day. I don't want to get distracted with the dollar. I want to pay attention to it every moment today, because it's a chart that will tell me how is the probability for the market to continue to go up, right? The supply on the NQ, we put the supply on the NQ right at 462. And that supply is tested already. It was tested 2 days ago. Well, let's see how it goes. Let me get rid of these lines. All right. Let's mark up the overnight low right here, and get rid of this, and the market is off. We are off. Let me mark the overnight high right here so we are aware of it. Nice. So we have this consolidation area right here, all these pivots created overnight. And then we retest it right here, right after the report. It's yet to see how this thing is gonna go. Let's wait for the internals to give us signals. I will be trading the M and Q today. I did have 2 break-evens yesterday, so gaining confidence is my main objective till I accomplish that goal. And I do it through lower my sizing, trading the best setups, and not paying attention to the amount of dollars that I'm risking. I just want to focus on the process, right? Because focusing on the process will make you better, right? Whereas focusing on the money will make you scared and will influence your trading, right? We're off. Good morning, Rich. Good morning to everybody. All right. So today I'm gonna risk around $180 per trade. Let's review this. Let's put here the M and Q. M and Q. Let me get rid of this line. There we go. All right. Get rid of this, get rid of that, and put my account here so you guys can see my trades. Oh, there we go, it's activated. All right. So we're selling off a little bit. I do think as long as if the dollar continues to be in demand, and I want to show the dollar chart. This is very important for me. I do have this to my right at all times. This is a 30-minute, but I like to see the 5 minutes, right? We did have all this pivot here created this week, right? And then we broke from this yesterday and we came back. This is the first test. So it's very likely that this thing is going to turn around from here. If this thing turns around, a complete flip on the equity market is very likely. I've said we need to go above all these areas, right? All this consolidation. And in all reality, we don't have like a high quality supply along this movement to the downside. Not that I can see there. Like this is 5. What time is 3? 3. So this is 3 a.m. This is when London Open happened right here. But you guys see how tested it is. Even this one, it came so close to the upside. So let's see what the dollar does. And based on what the dollar do, I want to pay attention to the equity markets. We had a spectacular bounce up yesterday though. What I have said on the pre-market is we do have a overnight consolidation area for the NQ. All these sideways, right? If the dollar is in demand when we are in all these choppy sideways, if the dollar is in demand, this thing is not gonna continue to go up. This thing will go down. If the dollar violates the demands, then yes, we can expect a bounce from here. Now, if you guys see this movement, it's a higher volume than normal for the pre-market. I do agree, but it's not a spectacular volume, right? A spectacular volume will be like 25,000, or if you guys compare here, this 7-minute closing from 2 days ago was 32,000 contracts. So I want to pay attention to that. Like the movement on the NFP wasn't like unusual volume. Of course, it's an unemployment day. I mean, it's a higher volume. All right, it's 6 minutes into the market. Let's see the internals. Now it's too early to call. I rather just waiting at least for 15-20 minutes after the open to really assess the trend on the internals. And I'm talking about the 1-minute chart, right? I use the 1-minute charts on these internals. All right, tick chart came to the 0 line and is created a low. ADQD on the positive side of the chart, dropping now, is moving sideways for the last 4 minutes, and the tick chart is bouncing back up. We haven't broken the retracement from the news. That is right here. As a matter of fact, we just tested. That's a solid test though. That is a solid test right there. Let me see if you can. I'm gonna put you guys on my chart so you guys can see what I'm looking at. I know this chart can be a little bit too fast for some people, but that's my type of trading. I use the 500 volume bar on the NQ. Alright, so we're creating this rejection right here. Markets, for that type of news, is not very bullish. For that type of news, I would have expected a 2% move, 1.5% move, very solid, and then a choppy day the rest of the day, but it's actually holding right there. So the overnight is 420. My supply was 460. Alright, so DQ is creating a new fresh low, right? DQ is creating a new fresh low right there. Let's see if we can have a bounce from this area. I will not be taking this thing, right? I will not be taking that thing. The dollar is continuing to go up, right? Alright, let's say we have 314, 297, right? Not taking this zone. Please don't take my trades. This is just for my own accountability, and I do this for educational purposes, right? Most traders just lose money, so please don't take my trades. Do this at your own risk. I'm looking at this area, right? 314, 297. 314, 297. Now the tick chart created a low, and the low is minus 262, right? What I want to see is a rejection here. Sorry about this. A rejection, right? And as usual, a comeback, creating a new low, but the low on the tick chart being higher. When this thing comes low, the tick has to give me a higher number. If the low is minus 272, I would say minus 200, minus 250, right? Not minus 272 or beyond, right? For me to activate this order. Alright, if you guys see the tick chart, it went through. It went through the minus 272, right? So I don't want to engage in any type of long right here. Okay. All right. Let's continue. All right. So we get rid of that. And you will experience a sort of pain in trading, and you can choose what pain to experience: the pain of waiting or the pain of just losing money. And my choice is always the pain of waiting. It's gonna be cheaper though, and your mental account will not get damaged. Alright, let's see what we got here. This is the MEQ. I'm gonna get rid of this line because this I'm charting in this one but trading in this one just for sizing purposes. While the ADQD is on the positive number, I'm not focusing in any trade as of right now. Not in a short trade. If we bounce back up and we have some consolidation areas around like plus 1,000, that I might probably pay attention to a short trade. The movement from yesterday, it looked to me like a like short covering. It was so aggressive to the upside, like get me out of this thing. I do not have any like important pivots to give me like a resistance here. Like this one, it's not much. Like I 100% rather this one. Like this one here. If we get to the downside strongly and then we come back here, ooh, that's my trade. That's real meat right here. This, right? Let's wait for it. And if we happen to go up and we create a pivot here, this pivot right here on the 3-minute is gonna help me out. So let's say we do this. Right? So that's what I'm focusing on. I need the market to tell me what to do. If you placed a trade, if you don't mind sharing it in the chat, that would be good for us to just pay attention to what you're doing and see what opportunities can we get off of them. All right, the 3-minute is creating a very bearish pattern. Same for the 7-minute. The 7-minute is created a wick onto the upside. But if we don't break these lows on this very candle, and then we have several scenarios, right, that can play out. A 7-minute that does this, right, or they open right here, come back up, come back down, and continue, right? That's the second. And the third is just this candle to come back down, right? If this candle comes back down, we will encounter some buyers right here. What's the dollar doing? All right, the dollar is stalling. That's why the market hasn't moved. And the internals are not showing any type of bullishness. Like the tick chart created a high, and then the second high is exactly the same. Where here is 39, and then we had the high at 39.47, and we broke to the upside. So I would say 39.40. I would say this area is not bad to short. That area is not bad to short. Like what I don't like, this area is 355, 378. So what I don't like, particularly, is the 3-minute, is a reversal pattern right here. In an area that is very important, is the high of the consolidation and the news report release, right? So that's key. Are we going to short into the strength here? I don't think so. The tick chart hasn't violated this thing, so I'm going to be aware of this. All right, so it's in the area, right? The 7-minute is about to close. Dollar's coming down. $7-minute is about to open. All right, if you guys are watching this, I want to see a upside right here with a lower reading on the tick. That's the only way I will short this thing. In other case, I will not short this thing. I would rather wait. Now the tick chart, the price hasn't come down much here. This retracement is 10 points, but the tick chart is at the zero line from plus 500. That's not very bearish though. Let's see what this thing can do. All right, so now ADQD is coherent to the short side. He hasn't violated the zero line, and the tick chart is bouncing off of the low, so it's very mixed signals right here. So the 3-minute is a good coherent type of setup to the upside, and the 7-minute is as well. The 7-minute to be created takes a lot more time, obviously, double of the 3-minute, but the 3-minute is giving us a good bullish pattern right there. One more minute for the 3-minute to close, and 4 more minutes. We do have some news reports coming out. It's not as impactful as the NSP and so on, but we do have durable goods excluding defense coming out, and we have factory orders month over month in 3 minutes. Like I've said, the most impactful news is the unemployment. But it's good to know that more reports are coming out. I think there will be some bearishness right here. The tick chart is just... Tick chart looks very sideways though, as well as the ADQD. So we are 27, 28 minutes in the market open. There we go. So tick chart is going lower. 7 minute is about to close in 8 seconds. Pretty choppy though. Pretty choppy. We have some movement, but not right after the open. It's very choppy. There's no choice for me but being patient. That's what it'll pay me more, I think, in the long run. Alright, so we are at the consolidation area, right? The dollar has stalled, meaning the dollar does not came down, did not come down, so I do think we might have some downside on the equity markets. Actually, we're giving up all the gains from the morning. Now the RTY looks pretty weak. The NQ and the ES, they're holding in a better fashion, but I do think it's time to change our bias. Let's see how this goes. I have said this pivot is very, very important, that now coincides with this one, right? I want to pay attention to the internals. The internals stopped. The internals stopped out here, right? Internals stopped, and the topping pattern was created at 39. So right here, and then at 47, around here. There you go. So this thing was moving up, and the tick chart was not moving up. It was creating some bullishness on the tick chart, but not breaking any high. So that's the topping pattern for me. Let's focus on the trading opportunities. I do have this. Let's go with this one. I want to try this, see how this works. I want to go probably lower. There we go. I do have an order right here. I do have an order right here. IDQD is breaking to the downside of the chart, is negative right now. Tick chart created a low, refresh new low, extreme low though. So the exhaustion pattern that I play often is tick chart created a high. Every time it tests that high, this thing is gonna sell off until it changes, right? How do we use that to our advantage? Well, we have marked off zones. For instance, I do have 321.75 to 339. It's a very narrow zone. But I want to see the tick chart coming to an extreme when price is here. I don't want to trade right here with this pivot, even though it could work right here. I'm right at the explosion from the news report, so I want to have some room. At least if this thing moved in my favor, at least I will catch a one-to-one, so my probabilities are making monies are higher. If this thing ends up working, then fine. If it doesn't, I have two possibilities. This thing will cause some sort of retracement, so I can lower my risk, number one. Or number two, if this thing just turned around, at least I'm not in the worst point where to sell. I think this thing will fluctuates, right? Now, that doesn't mean this thing cannot just go through my zone. It can. And that happens, right? So you need to accept that. But I don't want to just short right here where I'm at, just in front of demand. Now, what if we do have this? Now this one turns into a very important demand. Now remember, we are at the 4-hour opening candle, so I want to see what the 4-hour candle is doing. 10 a.m. the news report that we were waiting, factory counts and so on, just came out, right? Was unexpected, but I don't think it's very impactful to the market. I do have a limit order right here. Now, if this thing comes down, test these areas that I marked right here, and then keeps going up, I just want a straight line up. I don't want this thing to test these lows and then continue, because that will short my target. If this thing just continues to go up, that's better scenario for me than just it came down and retesting these lows and then bouncing back up. For me, the faster the movement to the upside, the better for my short. Yeah, but this thing is pretty weak, so it's testing the lows. If we do have an upside to my area, I'll have to take this in a confirmation trade. Yeah. All right, let's see. This peak happened when 02, right? Let's see if we can have a field here and not going beyond the exhaustion. All right, so I have my order set. $322 to $349. See, the tick chart is very exhausted already. Is at the highs. All right. I have 3 contracts. Just fill. I have 5 contracts that just fill me 2. Tick is pretty much exhausted. Alright, so I'm full positioning inside this trade. I'm in a short from 322 the 7-minute is just very bullish though. Tick chart is creating new highs. That's not good. But nothing I can do. I already accepted the risk, and if I get stopped out, it is what it is. This is a tradable reaction setup. There we go. Alright, I got stopped out for a loss, $147. I don't know why I still have this positioning going on. How do I close these positions? Okay, so it got violated. Now the tick chart is changing. Tick chart is changing big time. Now we have an extreme to the upside. JW, good morning. We did attempt at a short right here. It didn't work. Now, 2 mistakes that I can't spot here. This reverse pattern right here with this pivot shorted my risk and reward ratio, right? So that's one thing I had to pay attention to it, but I wanted to take this trade and I got stopped out. Alright, now this area, even though this area that I have here, even though is a high quality supply and it worked here, I think that tick chart is just creating new highs, and ADQD just going back up in a strong manner. So the 240 is a pretty good setup to keep going up. Let's go check on the dollar. The dollar is going down. The dollar is going down. That means it's gonna find some demand eventually, right? But the high quality demand that I have is 109.50, still far. I would be surprised if this supply works again. I don't think it's going to work. I would be very surprised though. So I had one loser yesterday, 2 break-evens, Wednesday 1 losing trade and a break-even, so I need to regain my confidence. I might come even lower on size right after this trade. Actually, let's do that. Let's cut it in half. I don't want to get caught into psychology right now. So my next trade, instead of $180, I'm going to risk $90. I know it sounds not attractive, especially for YouTube, and it contrasts with a lot of YouTubers trading. But for me, is gaining confidence, doing the right thing, and then getting up in size. Is a gradual process. Alright, I do have some overnight areas right here. Let's see. Alright, overnight areas. So I'm gonna get rid of this. And I do want to, there we go. If you're watching this and you like what we do here, please like this video so we can get to more people. Alright, ADQD just coming to my blue box, right? It went to 0 line, immediately reversed from there. Tick chart created a high at 13, so the high at 13 is this, and now we're going higher, but tick chart is lower, right? So if we get to this area, I do expect this to work. I will put a limit order right there. Smart risk calculator, how come? For 329 is one contract. Oh, there we go. There we go. So having a risk and reward ratio that is coherent is so important. As a matter of fact, I lost that trade. I lost my first trade because I didn't pay attention to the risk and reward ratio, and I will explain it on the recap. But yeah, that's one thing that you need to pay attention. Okay, you have a free path to the downside if you're shorting, or the other way around, you got a free path to the upside if you're longing. That's so important. That's why I lost my first trade. Alright, so I do have an order right there to short. Minimum size is 2 micros. I just need to regain my confidence. And I do that just lowering my size and try to take trades and see what works and what it does. Right? If it doesn't work, it's just very, very small amount of money that I will be risking. Alright, so tick chart, I need the tick chart topped at 13, right? If I'm gonna be filled here, I need the tick chart to come to a lower number, right? Meaning I don't want it to go above this high created. I want to see some exhaustion. The ADQD is approaching, is in good shape for me to short, is approaching to my blue box. Now the 7-minute candle looks very bullish. Also the 3-minute. For those 10 people watching the video right now, I do thank you to spend the time here with me. But please hit the like button and subscribe if you like what I do here, please. Alright, ADQD coming to the blue box. We're just starting the pain of waiting. If this thing is gonna work, it needs to come to my area. Alright, so the tick chart is, it created a lower high. It didn't break to the upside though. The market didn't break. Now it's about to break. If it breaks to the upside, I want to be careful with the tick. I wanted it in the high end, but no higher than the previous high, and I don't want it in the low end. If tick chart is in the low end, meaning zero line or positive a little bit, is very prone to continue to the upside. There you go. So tick chart is coming back down to zero line. But price hasn't retraced much. The more time it spends here, the less probable my trade is. For those who are just starting trading and they go online and see how I made 50K, how I made 100K, how I made 20K, how I made $5,000, and they don't see any real trades or losing trades, that's a very good signal that is not legit. Like here, I do lose trades, I risk my money, and I do think doing this in a legit fashion is good for other people. Alright, so the tick chart came to an extreme. ADQD is inside the blue box still, and the 7-minute is about to close. That's good because I'm gonna get filled in a new 7-minute. That's not bad for me. That's actually good. Alright, so here's the deal. If we get filled when the tick chart is down, I will need to cancel the order right before. So I'm gonna put my finger here, my cursor on the cancel order, because if the tick chart just come down and rejects to the upside, that's not going to be a good trade. Alright. Tick chart on the top, but no higher. That's good. So I just need to fill me in while this thing is on the top. Alright, so I'm about to get filled in. But the tick chart is in a lower position right now. Oh, I think we came like 2 points. So my order is right here at this line. Alright, so I'm in this thing. I got filled. The tick chart did not break any high. That's a good thing. So let's change to the trading screen. There it goes. It looks very scary though. But it is what it is. That's my trade and I need to take it every time. My risk is very low. I just want to gain confidence and just try to trade the best thing I can. I think the risk and reward ratio got a little better to the short right now, but the patterns are very bullish. Yeah, trading sim or demo is not the same. This is a different game. Now, for me, I'm putting my name on the line because people are watching me trading, and sometimes I get bad trades, like this one. I got stopped out, but I didn't risk much, right? It is what it is. Sometimes you trade well, sometimes you trade bad. You need to trade well more times that you trade bad, and that you'll be a profitable trader, right? Make more money than you lose when you lose. That's it. So we're breaking the overnight high. Minus $265. It's not much. I mean, I can live with it. If you guys go back and see my videos, when I make money, I make $1,000, $1,500, $800. So I'm fine. I can deal with minus $245, $265, right? And like I've said, I came back from a trip and I haven't recouped my confidence back. And that takes some time for me. For other people, I guess, is different. All right, so if we see the 4-hour chart, is a very, very bullish pattern right there. Although we're finding supplies. All right, I want to see my pre-market supply, not the pre-market supply, but the live stream, the supply that we mark on the live stream. So the NQ, there we go. So is 462.50 to 587. That's a massive supply. Now the dollar, and this is one thing, the dollar hasn't hit the demand right now. So we came to the consolidation area and the dollar was in the middle of nowhere. And then we bounced from the consolidation area. We bounced from here. While the overnight consolidation, we came down, the dollar was not in demand. I was in the middle of nowhere, and then we bounced back up. So we broke the overnight high which is this one. All right, let's see if we can hold this. Yeah, Rich, like a lot of people risk $5,000 to make $5,000, so that is something that I'm not willing to do. If I want to risk $1,000 to make 7,000, it's easy. No, it's not by any means. It's very hard. And trading is the hardest things I've ever tried. But it takes a lot of work, and sometimes you have periods of winning streaks, and then somehow you have losing streaks. Those who make money every day, I don't think they're legit. They might be some sort of outliers. I bet there are some. But if you see YouTube, like, nobody loses money, that's fine. I just do my thing. The bad part is that they create some expectations around this business that are not real. All right, I think for me to take a trade here is going to be around 360. And is like 440. Like 360 is like 80 points below. And I don't think the market is too choppy for it to just come back down. So I'm gonna close this live stream and work on other content that I'm waiting to do, so I can put some more videos on the channel, right? So with that, I ended up the day minus 2R, $245, and I'm gonna close this and work on other things that I have, so we can continue growing the channel. No worries, Rich. Minus 1R is nothing. You can recoup that in just one trade. Come back every day, 8:45 for the pre-market and 9:25 for the live trading session. Have a great weekend, guys. Thank you. Like, subscribe, and share, please. Like, subscribe, and share. Bye-bye.